Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast. This is episode 251. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Nice shades.
I know. I'm wearing them because I think I'm
real,
cool.
real bright in
I
here.
wear my
Midday. That's what
sunglasses
time of day this is being recorded. Certainly not at 8 o'clock at night.
Not at all. I'm wide awake.
Excuse me, just burped.
Your excuse.
We were just talking about an intro song.
Yeah.
To play at the beginning.
We're
We're just gonna do a little skibbity boop boop.
Oh, not that, but like a
A little whoop.
moment.
Oh.
I don't know. Kind of ease into
A little
it.
bop bop bop.
Yeah. Who knows?
Why is this here?
Should we start over?
No. No. That's fucking hilarious.
I don't know what that was.
I always make such an effort to like not have that anywhere around me when we record because it's like instinct for me to just use it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Each their own.
What was that doing here? Whose was that?
Bah!
Ugh,
Darwin.
not in my house.
No, yeah, that's not how it's gonna go. We're gonna figure it out though.
We've just been doing that for the past 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Before we recorded.
It is 8 p.m. and we're getting delusional.
Yeah.
You can tell.
For any of you that watch the Basement Yard or listen to the Basement Yard, we're pulling from their intro music, and we're gonna create a little pop 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 at the beginning of ours.
Just to
that a
start it
shimmy?
off. Yeah, a little like slow shimmy. Just to like
I can't. My chest doesn't move
your
like
tatas
that.
don't move
No,
like that. I'm not moving them though. I'm moving
my
shoulders.
tatas
It's all
do
about
not
the
move.
shoulders.
I don't have movement in the shoulders either. It's all back and neck. It's all
It's
neck
a
for me.
full rotation.
I'm just rotating.
So yeah, I mean,
It's all spine for me.
you're too stiff, man. Loosen up. Chill out. Oh God, too much shimmy. Too much shimmy.
Too much. I've lost my notes already. What the fuck are we talking about this episode? How are you?
You already asked, and
Oh,
I'm good. And
sorry.
I don't know how you are, but I don't really care. Something that happened recently that you'll see in the whatchamacallit, the photo of this podcast,
The thumbnail?
the thumbnail, if you will. Friday the 13th, which is one of what?
Nothing.
No, say it. Use your words.
I just realized we were drinking these exact same things on the last episode, and they're almost placed perfectly exactly how they were in the last episode too.
No, they weren't. They were not. We just happen to be drinking the same flavors. I don't know. This is the
Goddamn continuity issues.
This is the
Son of a bitch.
shambliest start to a podcast. Holy shit.
And mine just happens to be empty at the beginning of the episode.
Anyway, because we've been drinking. Anywho, I'm going to tell my story.
Sorry.
Friday the 13th is one of my favorite days of the year. It's my favorite holiday when it happens twice in the year.
Mhm.
Fantastic. And it
Love
happens
it.
twice this calendar year. I think it's gonna be
2024.
a good year. I have a lot of good luck on Friday the 13th. I don't know about you. I don't know if y'all can hear Darwin also gnawing if it's loud, but that's not
I
me.
don't have any good or bad. I just
It's another
exist.
day.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a holiday for me. I love that day.
Fair.
With a passion.
Yeah. But more importantly,
But you did
Took
something
advantage
crazy
of
You
our
took
previous
advantage
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, everyone's favorite holiday.
Mhm.
Like no one. But something that's like a tradition on Friday the 13th is what people do.
Yep.
You got a tat.
Did get a new tat.
You got a spontaneous? Was this
Spontaneous.
planned at
So
all?
I have gotten several Friday the 13th tattoos.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, every single tattoo on my upper arm, on this arm, is a Friday the 13th tattoo.
And is that going to continue? Now you've done
At
it?
this rate, I
You
might
have
as
to.
well.
You have to.
But this is the first one that I've not put any thought into.
Oh shit! You just.
I
did
just
it.
got a random one that means nothing to me,
So why that?
which I was very much against for a long time. I was always
Mhm.
like, every tattoo that I get has to have some meaning to me.
Right.
This one could argue. Now I'll just show it to the camera. Over here.
Yeah, because they didn't see it on the thumbnail. That looks cool. I like that you did backwards words.
Little howdy. Yeah. Gotta do backwards words. So it says
Yeah.
howdy. The only connection I can make to it meaning anything to me is at work I say howdy all the time.
Oh, sure.
I usually say hey, howdy, hey when I answer the phone.
Mhm.
But I'll also say just like howdy when I walk into the break room.
Quote Woody,
Yeah, quote Woody a little bit.
for sure.
But I do say howdy occasionally.
Do you have a favorite Friday the 13th tattoo?
So I've got Mickey Mouse here. I've got my 7 of clubs here, and I've got my 4-leaf clover here. The 7 of clubs, without a doubt, is my favorite one.
That's probably, looking at those, that's definitely the coolest.
Yeah, it is undoubtedly my favorite one. It's so fucking good. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah.
But those are all Friday the 13th over the past years down here. They've all been down here in Florida.
Cool.
And now Howdy's the newest edition. And so yeah, I think I have to go with your idea of every Friday the 13th tattoo has to be somewhere up in this region now.
I was about to say, I thought you were gonna say every Friday the 13th, but every Friday the 13th tattoo.
Yeah, I've skipped
you're not
several.
gonna go in December?
No, I might. It depends on.
What would you do?
That's the thing. It depends on what they offer. Because this one was off of one of the flash sheets, and Howdy was off one of the flash sheets. The 4-leaf clover and the 7 of clubs. We like sat there and like designed, and I just got a special deal.
You do that?
Yeah.
Oh, but you still got a deal.
I did get a really good deal on them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
dope.
this one cost me 60. The 7 of clubs cost me 60, and the 4-leaf clover cost me 50. I think even with the color, it only cost me 50. So like I got a really good deal on them for Friday the 13th. Yeah. But that was back when they like it was still kind of not as popular, and so certain tattoo shops would be like, if you bring us a design that's like this size, we'll do it for this price. And so I would be like, I would like push the boundaries a little bit because like for this one, the 7 of clubs, they said, bring us if it's the size of a business card, we'll do it for however much money. And so I said, could I go a little bit bigger than a business card and I'll give you a little bit extra?
Yeah.
And they said, sure. I was like,
that works.
Cool.
That works.
Yeah.
And you're like, what about a playing card?
Yeah. I was like, it's just a little bit bigger. And so they were happy to do it. They were happy. It was fun. So yeah.
Dope.
So December, Friday the 13th, there's a good chance I'll just skip it and not get a tattoo. But also like let the dice fall where they may.
It will happen. You never know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, that's
maybe
tough.
a little Christmas tree.
I wouldn't do that.
No, neither would I.
I would love to go this Friday the 13th. I'm just slammed already for the next one, but
you did get.
But I did get a tattoo. I got my first visible tattoo as well.
Really?
The rest are on my ribs, so normally you can't see.
Interesting.
Like ever. So this one, and I'm not gonna get close.
I'd hardly call that visible.
I mean, it's visible-ish, more visible.
What do you wear to work?
I wear tank tops to work. I wear like this.
Yeah, that's visible as fuck. Then
you see it.
Look at the guns.
Look at
gun shows in town.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
so
go up to the camera. Show that off a little
bit. So far, and they're gonna see the pants.
Maybe the other.
Alright, dudes. That's it. My cat from home, which, sad fact, actually passed away. But it's in honor of him, and it's his favorite toy, that little like hedgehog looking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I traced a picture of him and gave that to the artist. So it's kind of my drawing too.
Yeah.
And then she came up with the idea to trace the hedgehog, because originally I was just gonna get a hedgehog tattoo. But she was like, if you're gonna put like something for his toy, you might as well like make it like his toy. Like if it's gonna be like
good point,
like representing that or whatnot. I was like, damn, you're right, and she killed it. I think it's stunning.
How'd it feel?
I could have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
I almost did when he was doing Howdy. Howdy took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in the chair, just like arm out. I was like,
no, the ones
on
my ribs,
big dozing.
Not that they hurt more, but they just. Like I was more in an uncomfortable position, and like they did hurt a smidgen more than this.
Yeah.
But because it's like pure, just like meat over here, and I was laying on my stomach with like head on the pillow, arm over the edge on the cushion, and I was like, "Oh, girlfriend," I was like, "I'm gonna be honest," and she was talking to me the whole time. I was like, "Dude, if you weren't talking,
I'd be asleep.
I'd be zonked. Like I can't feel anything right now. It just was like steady motion. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They're thin lines. So
yeah, it was like kind of like a fan, you know what I mean? Like if you had a fan in your room in your bedroom, I was like, nah, I could fall asleep.
Yeah, a little bit of white noise.
Yeah, but now
it's cute. I like it.
Addicted, and I'm gonna get 100 more.
I need to get more.
I've got
every time I get another tattoo, I'm like, I'm gonna get more.
The thing is I have a long list of ones I want. I just don't have money, and I also don't have a long I have mentally. I need to wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be tatted right now in this stage of life.
Yadded up.
Yadded. I don't see myself there at this stage of life. So I need to wait so I don't rush. Because I also saw a TikTok of a girl being like, I love all my tattoos. Don't regret any of them. But now I'm 30 and I have no more room. And I don't get that feeling of like going to get one anymore. Because she ran out of room too early.
Yeah, I've got a friend that I went to high school with. She gets her Instagram story, like I swear to God, every week she's getting a new tattoo. She just got a tattoo here.
And that hurts.
Big old upper chest piece. But her legs are covered, her hands, her arms,
Yeah.
everything. I mean,
Mhm.
she's really rapidly running out of real estate. I don't know what she's gonna do. And they're all pretty fucking awesome if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like she's got, I think the person that she goes to like does a lot of like, hey, I came up with this design. Let me try it out.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I
so
know
she
some
does
people
it.
like
They're
that.
all and a lot of them are like Halloween based. Like
Yeah.
they're like
spooky horror.
spooky theme.
Spooky.
It looks they really do look incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm like, my God, you're 28 years old and you are rapidly approaching no more skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens then?
No, that's I never thought about that. The girl in the TikTok was just like, yeah, like what do I like? I can't like, and it wasn't that she was like covered, head to toe,
Right.
whatever, like blacked out in ink. It was just that like she's like, well now I have no more like elbow options.
Yeah.
Or I have no more upper arm options.
Yeah.
Like anytime I get a new tattoo, it has to be on my leg now.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I wish I went a smidge slower. And I think that's like wise.
The addiction's real though.
advice, but it is real.
And that's like my thing is like, I'm never going to get leg tattoos because I don't want them. And I also have so much hair on my legs that like, what's the
Yeah,
fucking point?
yeah.
So, and I'm never going to get chest tattoos because and I'm never going to get back tattoos because I can't
Ew.
fucking see them.
Well, I can't see.
And also like, I don't have a back for a back piece.
touche.
Like
touche.
I'm 6 feet and
That's-
fucking scrawny as a scarecrow.
That is such a big thing for guys in tattoos.
Back pieces.
No.
Being-
the right shape.
Yeah.
I know so many guys who are like, I'm not getting my thigh tat till they're like, they look good.
Till I got fucking tree trunks
Till
for
I got-
thighs.
yeah, till I've got like,
Yeah.
nice
I
thighs.
would-
or
yeah,
like,
I would not
won't
get-
I'm not getting my biceps. I'm not getting anything on my arms until I get like bulk up a bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
just
See,
get
like, from-
fucking tattoo. Jesus Christ.
See, like for me, I know that
God
my
bless
arms are never gonna get any bigger, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get the sleeve. I'm never gonna go to the
Right.
gym. I'm never gonna work
Right.
out to make my arms fucking massive.
I like tried really hard to get my like traps looking better.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to work them out before I get this because I knew this was going here. I knew this was happening for probably like the last 4 years
Yeah.
now. But then after like 2 years of doing that, I was like, do I really care?
Mhm.
Like, it's not what is it gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't really care that much. But yeah, I've heard like multiple guys come up
It's
and
a
tell
very
me
big thing.
it's a thing with their
Because,
arms,
like,
thing with their thighs.
You wanna look
You want to show it off.
Yeah,
and you
that
wanna
and also
look
like
good
if
when
you
show it
have a
off.
tattoo and then you suddenly like get big, you're gonna stretch out the tattoo.
That's true. But like,
Um,
how much bigger are you gonna like? You're
Yeah.
not gonna.
But like for me, it's like my back is just so scrawny that like if I were to get a fucking tiger on my back, it would just look weird because you can see my fucking shoulder blades and my spine.
Sure.
So
Sure. I think it just depends on what tattoo you get and how you place it.
Fair.
Sometimes you can like enhance or improve.
very true.
you
I
know?
also just like again, I can't see the tattoo, which is a big thing for me.
Totally.
Like I want to be able to see all my tattoos because they're not for everybody else; they're for fucking me.
That's crazy because I can't see any of mine.
Yeah. So-
I literally have to like pull all my skin around to try and see the
Yeah.
ones on my ribs, and the arm one I left to do. this
Yeah, I
one
have
here.
to. You got to do that to like. I want to see the ones back here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
I'm
have
so I'm mostly am limited to my arms.
Mm.
Luckily I still have a decent amount of arm space.
Yeah, you got plenty of real estate. But if
So I
this
think
is
I'm okay.
only Friday the 13th
If the
ones-
upper part of my arm is Friday the 13th,
right,
the
'cause
lower
you
because
got the
these
lower
are not
part.
Friday the 13th.
right,
be down
right,
here.
right.
So we'll see what happens.
Touche.
I still got I'm not worried about
you
real
got
estate
plenty
yet.
of real estate.
Yeah. Did you ever get a face tattoo?
No.
Never?
Never.
What about a neck?
No, honestly, no. I would get the back of my neck.
Like on the spine?
Yeah, I would go up the spine. I would never go. I don't like behind the ear ones.
Neither do
I don't
I.
think that's class. If you have it, whatever. But I.
That's another one. It's like I can't fucking see it.
Yeah, like you can never see it.
Yeah, like
You
even
know
if you're
what I
looking in a
mean? Like,
mirror, you're like
you have to pull your ear. However, I would get a lip tat if you count that as a face tat. I
you would get a lip tattoo.
I thought about doing it the other day because I was bored. Because I was like, why not? I thought
You're
about
just
doing.
like, eh.
Yeah, just because it's like silly and it goes away.
True.
Like
Did you ever get an eye tattoo?
makeup,
Nope.
like my eyelid.
Like your eyeball.
Oh, no, because I really like my eyes. That's my favorite
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
feature. So I wouldn't.
Would
touch
you
that.
get your? You have nice eyebrows.
Would I ever get permanent makeup?
Yeah. Would you get like the eyebrows tattooed on?
No, because I I have a lot. I've got some caterpillars, so I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, you got some chonkers up
Yeah,
there.
look at how they're so fuzzy. So I'm not too worried about that. I've also seen how bad it can look. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Plus,
I've seen some rough ones.
Yeah. Plus, you change your eyebrow color sometimes based on your hair color. Like
Do you ever
darkness
change
or
the color of your
lighting.
eyebrows?
Of my eyebrows?
Would you?
Would I? I change how dark brown they are. Yeah.
You have before?
Yeah, because I fill them in a little bit, and so I just use.
Oh,
a lighter.
you mean like I thought you meant like.
Oh no, I
getting
don't
them...
dye them.
Okay.
No, I would though. I would totally dye my eyebrows.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to just for shits and gigs, but
Interesting.
nah.
I could never. You know what? I don't think I've ever told you this.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I've ever. I'm sure I've mentioned this on the podcast. I used to have highlights in my hair. I had blonde highlights because I
Natural, or you'd go get it dyed.
I got them done twice, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I think I was like a sophomore, maybe.
You get like frosted tips or like
No, just like some
highlights?
blonde highlights.
That's insane.
It's honestly it's no wonder that a lot of people in high school thought I was gay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's whatever.
happens. Wow.
But because I used to be blonde, like I had blonde hair, like you're blonde,
Sure.
blonde.
Well, this is fake, but yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That was the color of my hair. And so when I was in high school, my hair started getting darker. I was like, damn, I miss my blonde hair. And so I'd get some of my hair dyed, and then I'd like spike my hair in the front. It's like, God, I like saw there's like if I'm gonna fucking out myself here, but there's a picture on my Instagram. If people scroll back far enough of me,
I gotta go hunting.
it's fucking bad. You don't have to go. You don't have to scroll far. I don't
That's
have a lot of posts.
funny.
It's. I look.
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, so fucking. I'm wearing like a blue flannel, hair
It's
spiked.
very
I'm
high
like looking
school.
like not directly at the camera. It's like it's very bad.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get that. I used to be very, very blonde as little, and then my hair started going darker. I was like, nope. And I started getting highlights, and then it never stopped. And then I went brunette when I first moved down here. I hated it.
Yeah.
And I immediately dyed it back like 3 months later.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this isn't me.
Because you are a blonde.
I am a blonde. Thanks. I hope that's not a backhand.
It's not entirely. It's just more it suits you.
It does.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
You're
my
somebody who likes to
energy.
have fun.
Yeah.
Blondes
and
have more
brunettes
fun.
don't have fun. That's such a lie. My bestest friends of all time are all brunettes.
I know a lot of brunettes. I think they have plenty of fun, yeah.
Yeah, they're great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But that's great. I can't believe you dyed your hair. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
How do we get on hair?
Eyebrows, tattoos.
Oh, tattoos. Okay, yeah. Face. So would you get a face tattoo or neck tattoo?
God, no.
I think.
Absolutely not.
And you wouldn't get anything on your back.
Nope.
Okay, so besides your arms, what would be the next spot you'd have if you had to?
If I had to pick something else, I
Thigh?
would go with my legs, not my thighs.
Really, your calves?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I got nice calves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a runner.
That's so
My
silly.
calves got nice calves.
That's so silly.
My thighs though look like little fucking
You wouldn't get a
little
lip
baby
tat?
thighs. A lip tat?
A
No.
lip tat.
On
That'd be
these
so
on these
funny.
kissers?
I would. I would in a heartbeat. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what I'm doing after work.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know where my next. I've already hit ribs. I've already hit arms.
The thing is, like,
Legs
I
are
don't
gonna
think
take a while for
I
me
don't
to
think
go to.
face tattoos will ever be like,
In.
yeah, like they're just like tattoos are very accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like that's just a thing. Like all jobs are like, yeah, you got tattoos, that's fine. But like face tats, they're very
Mhm.
rarely like pleasing to look at.
Mhm.
They're always something like outlandish.
I think some piercing tats look good, where they like do a band around the ear or
Oh, I
do
didn't
like
know that
a
was a
vine.
thing.
So some people get like a vine, like on the interior
That's
of the ear,
cool.
or like do just a band, like just how I have this hoop here.
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
a hoop, they just do a band of black, and so it's almost like a mock piercing or like
That's really
whatever.
cool.
That would probably be the only thing I would do because I already don't care about like all the ear piercings. But yeah, otherwise I don't ever see, unless we turn into like the Hunger Games and like the Capitol and people like start going crazy
Fair,
with like
yeah.
their appearance. And the makeup is getting there. People tattooing like eyeliner,
Yeah.
that's starting to get a little exaggerated. But I don't know. I don't think, I'm scared to go legs. I think legs is a commitment because I think that just, I don't know. I don't see myself.
Again, I just have so much hair on my legs
Mhm.
that like I would not be able to see the tattoo.
Touche.
So much hair.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, I wouldn't get thighs because just like I feel like for a thigh tattoo for a guy is a little bit weird.
No, I disagree.
Really?
I think that's in right now.
It is?
Like mid to low thigh, like right
yeah, like
above
near
your
the
knee.
right above the knee.
Yeah, that's really.
I mean, I'm not gonna get a hip piece.
That's really that's a little much.
A dragon that caresses my ass.
He's just like, no, that's like really in right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you know what's really in right now. Guys wearing shorter shorts. 7-inch shorts are very in. Yeah, chubbies are in.
Greatest trend. I'm obsessed.
I'm a big fan of short shorts for guys.
It's like people are starting to dress like the 70s again.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it
back.
Do you like thrifting?
Meh. Take it or leave it.
I love. I'm really good at thrifting.
I'm not. That's probably why I don't like it that much.
When I try, otherwise I just go and get bored.
Yeah.
But if I'm like in it to win it, and I'm not looking for something in specific,
I feel like thrifting for girls is
because we have much more of a.
You've got a wide variety of things you can wear.
We can pick up a quilt and turn it into a jacket.
Yeah, you can also like shop through the men's clothing and make it work for you.
Where the best stuff is.
Yeah, but like I can't shop in women's clothing.
Sure, you could.
I'm not going to. But yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
that is true. I could literally do whatever I want.
Debatable, but I love thrifting, and that's what I'm saying. Like people are.
I'm a straight white man. I can do whatever I want.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is a problem.
What was it? Oh, but the 70s, like those clothes are coming back because people are starting to thrift more. Thrifting's really in.
Yeah.
Recycling clothes are really in, and people are starting to wear that. And because of that, people are liking those styles and then selling those styles. Like flare jeans came back a couple years ago.
Yeah, big.
And all the girls are wearing bell bottoms again.
Yep.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
That is my if I had to stop everything and get transported back to a time period, not because of things happening in the time, but because of the outfits, the fashion. 70s would be perfect. I would be so content.
I'd be okay with that. What's really popular right now for guys is polos without buttons. See right here? They're just like a buttonless. You know what a polo is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the short.
Yeah, with like
collar.
3 buttons.
Yeah. So they're now making those without any buttons. So it's just like a little more open.
Like a pullover type moment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And those are becoming very popular.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
they're typically like
popular.
shorter sleeves, tighter fitting.
Yeah.
And they can be like almost like knitted, like a knit top.
Yes, I know exactly. Okay,
Yeah.
same style, but also like open too, though, where I'm open down with like a wife beater underneath and like short shorts and stuff. That
I've got a buttonless polo in my closet right now. I love that shirt. Love that shirt.
That outfit is so attractive.
Oh yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Please
go out. I am ogling at the men.
Go out and stop wearing your high school football team shirt.
Yeah.
And random Nikes.
Yeah.
And your damn Nike
Get
Pro
some
socks
clothes for the times.
Go actually update your wardrobe and dress like an adult.
Go to Express
dress like
and buy
your
the
age
trendy clothes.
and thrift.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Meanwhile, I say that as I'm wearing a Bills Hawaiian shirt, but that's whatever.
I didn't even notice those were
Yeah, Buffalo Bills.
I hate that. I'm wearing a nice Harry Styles shirt.
Yeah. Graphic tees are in for the ladies.
They are in forever.
I think graphic tees for women, very trendy, very popular. Graphic tees for men, you look like a 12-year-old boy.
Yep. Correct.
That's all I've got.
That's all.
Hot take,
but
maybe.
I feel like you can like there's more options for women to dress up graphic tees with the clothes that they have, where they're wearing it with a skirt or with a like jeans or kind of styling it more.
Yeah.
When guys don't have options to dress up a graphic tee all the time, it's a little bit harder.
Jeans and a t-shirt.
It's jeans and a t-shirt. But have you seen people cropping shirts? Guys cropping shirts, not cropped,
but
like cropping it like at
right
the
at the waistline. Yeah.
Woo! I love
very
that
popular.
trend.
You know who's making that really popular? Singers.
Rich men who are in great shape. What?
Performers.
Yeah, performers.
Harry Styles. Benson Boone.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big fan of those.
His wardrobe. Killer.
Yeah, I want his wardrobe.
But again,
I keep listening to his newest or his album.
Is it good? I've only heard his main
Oh,
song.
good.
have to
so
listen
good.
to
The
it.
whole album is fan-fucking-tastic. There's one song on it that made me literally sob.
And The Weeknd just dropped a single too. He's got an
I saw
album coming
that.
out, and that
I didn't hear it,
single
but
is
yeah.
good.
There's so many good albums coming
Yeah,
out. We're
lots of good
totally going
music.
off of what we even want to talk
What
about.
were we talking about? Friday the 13th. Let's move on.
We're going to jump to the first thing I want to talk about. Yes. Pesto the Penguin. Pesto the Penguin is in
Didn't know that was his name. Let me see what we have
Melbourne.
here. Melbourne.
Melbourne. This is a big fucking penguin. Baby penguin.
So fresh.
Bigger than all of the
every
other
other-
penguins in the exhibit.
He's literally only a few weeks old, days old. He's huge.
Literally
What
insane.
version of penguin?
I have
Brand of penguin?
no. Since hatching earlier this year, Pesto has quickly captured hearts globally, not just for his adorable antics,
not
but
an
his impressive
emperor.
size. At just 9 months old, Pesto tips the scales at a whopping 21 kilograms, however the fuck that much is. Thanks to his hearty appetite of 25 fish a day, he's officially the largest chick Sea Life Melbourne has ever seen, making him a huge hit with guests and fans around the world.
He's 46 pounds.
46-pound penguin.
Penguin. Oh, the light. Yeah, you can see. He's big. He's chunky.
I don't know what kind of penguin those are.
He gives the same energy as the who's excited to go to the Four Seasons Orlando.
Yeah,
That's him.
fully conscious
He's like,
baby.
He's like me.
Yeah,
I
he's
am ready to
He's
attend.
a big ass baby.
He's huge. He's so cute.
He's so adorable.
So fuzz.
There's really nothing more to say about him.
No, just go
Besides,
look him
look
up. Just
him
acknowledge
up.
him. Give him
Go
some cred.
if you live in Australia.
Go visit.
Go to Melbourne. Sea Life Melbourne.
He's fresh.
General admission is $37.20 per adult.
And they're about to hike that up because he's a hot commodity.
He's a hot tamale. Yeah.
He's a hot tamale. He's cute.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
I love
is.
that.
I think it's the biggest one ever recorded.
Wonder. Yeah. That's
Like, how
crazy.
big's he gonna be when
How big was
he's?
the egg? You know, like were the parents like, oh my god,
You're like, oh fuck,
this
how are we
is gonna be
gonna?
a big ass kid?
Yeah.
We can't sit on him. Keep him
No,
warm.
well they don't sit on their eggs.
No, they sit. They keep him warm. Oh, is that only emperor penguins?
Well, I think all penguins shove them up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Into
they
their-
don't sit on them. They sit them in their like premortal pouch.
In their
area.
pouch, yeah, shove them up there in between their feet
Yeah,
and their
they got
feetsies.
extra. It's like putting them
A
in
lot of
shirt.
extra skin, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever? You probably do this now. If you wear like an oversized shirt,
Put
like your
legs
knees,
in.
yeah.
If I'm cold,
You used to do
right,
that as a kid all the
overseas.
time.
For sure, you gots to.
Yeah.
You gots to.
But yeah, so check out that fucking big ass penguin.
He is cute.
He is cute. Pesto the penguin. Great name, by the
Also,
way.
Pesto.
Pesto.
Pesto, the big ass penguin.
Big ass pesto.
I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
have no other words
I
about
kind of
him.
want to steal him.
Where would you put a 50-pound penguin
I don't know.
as a baby?
In my
I
shirt.
wonder how big he's gonna get. Like legitimately, or is
be
he just gonna like
huge.
turn into adult from this size? Like just change
Yeah, what
colors.
age do penguins stop growing? Is what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
How long do penguins live? Is what I want to
don't know
know.
any penguin.
I don't know penguin facts at all.
knowledge. That's-
Recently at work, and by recently I mean 2 days ago,
Mhm.
it might have been yesterday, the cotton top tamarins had babies,
Mhm.
three babies.
Which is like their
Triplets tend to be,
in the
yeah,
last 2 years.
they're popping those fuckers out.
Yeah, they had 5 while I was there.
Yeah.
So now they're at 8.
And so that was like texted in the work group chat, and I said, I'm gonna steal one. And they were like, that's probably not okay. And then Angie sent a picture in the chat
One was
of them.
missing?
No, of the 3 of them like on mom's back. And I said, quick, grab one for me. I just want a baby animal, specifically an exotic one. Like I
Yeah.
don't like a baby dog, a puppy as they're called,
Yeah.
a baby dog.
Baby dog.
A puppy, a kitten, those are fun, right? But
Sure.
like a baby exotic animal,
What would you get right now?
monkey,
Really?
hands down,
Oh,
without
man.
hesitation.
No.
And then warthog.
I would get a big cat. I would be a tiger
Oh.
king.
But those are like the same. That's a kitten.
Right, and if you raise it, I mean, it's still a wild animal. If
Yeah.
you get a what? A pig?
Warthog.
Sorry, I had,
Baby-
to, I
a
had
baby-
to rewind for a second.
A baby warthog.
A baby warthog. That's precious.
They're a little cute.
Oh, I know they're aggressive as fuck, but a meerkat.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
would totally want a meerkat.
Baby meerkats are like the size of your pinky.
Yeah, they're fresh.
Yeah.
They're cute. Kind of like scan through all the animals.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so if you're going through like PetSmart or anything like that, what is the one animal you would never want? That it has to be a animal like a common pet. Like, don't be like, oh, I would never want a gorilla.
They don't sell them at PetSmart.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm using PetSmart. Like a common household pet, but like sugar gliders are also like not sold at PetSmart, but are a common pet.
Animal I would never want. Probably like a basic lizard, like a gecko.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about geckos.
Wrong opinion, but that's
they're cool. But I just like, that's not a pet I would want.
What?
If I'm going lizard, I'm going a chameleon. I used to have a chameleon.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting
a
fucking
love
chameleon.
To have some kind of reptile. I think.
Yeah, I love reptiles.
The one thing that I don't understand why people get are like those like sea slugs, the ones that are just like attached to the glass.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Have you never been?
The fish section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, and you
I'm
know what
I'm on
about?
board with that.
There's literally like those giant, and they live for like 1,000 years.
They live for 1,000 years?
No, but like they're gonna be the first thing in the tank and the last thing in the tank.
Fair, yeah.
Like they just sit on the wall and just.
Yep.
That's it. That's all they do.
They're pointless.
I'm like, why? Yeah. What are you teaching your kids by getting that as a household pet? You know, I'm just like.
Easiest pet to take care of, right there.
I guess.
Never does anything.
Oh yeah, I get a turtle too.
I have a turtle back home.
I know. We talked about that one time. My friend had turtles. I would love to get a turtle. I don't know. I think I would adopt anything.
I would be.
But I don't know enough.
I'd be hard pressed to find an animal that I wouldn't adopt.
Yeah. Maybe some of those birds because they're just so loud.
Yeah, birds can be loud, but like birds are fun.
Yeah, I would love to have a bird. Yeah. I think I would love to have
I want
a bird.
a parrot so badly. Too bad it'll outlive the fuck out of me.
Yeah, dude. You would have to hand me down.
Yeah. Gotta write it into your will. Oh my god.
100?
Easily.
Like 90?
Probably.
Give or take.
You could give me any number right now and I'd probably agree with you.
And you'd be like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't even know.
There's like two animals that like you shouldn't get if you're not 2 years old, and that's a tortoise and a parrot, because both of those things are going to outlive you.
Yeah.
And you better be ready to write them into your will.
You would get like a spider.
Like a tarantula?
Yeah.
Probably not. That's another thing. It's like I can't do anything with it.
But some you can hold. But like.
No, like.
I remember what I'm talking about.
I don't know. It's tarantulas like. It's rare that you're gonna hold them.
Cuddle or feel like I'm having a really deep connection.
Yeah.
Like even a lizard, I'd be like, we're having a moment.
Yeah. Like when I had a
besties.
chameleon, I convinced my parents to get me a chameleon for a science project. I wanted to like put it in different environments and figure out why it changed colors or how it changed colors or what color it changed to. It was in the 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
And so I convinced them to get me a chameleon because I really wanted a pet chameleon.
Did you win the science fair?
It wasn't a science fair. It was just for a project. But I did do well. I got 100 on it.
I got first place in a science fair in middle school. Big ass.
Shout
out, my friend.
But like I could like take it out and like hold it, and like it was like I could
friends.
do stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate having a spider. I just don't think I would enjoy it as much as like a cat or like even like a ferret.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a ferret.
The fun about ferrets, you can grab them by like the scruff and they just pass out.
Yeah, no, they're
that.
Crazy. My friend growing up had one. And her name was Athena.
Yeah.
She's like.
Yeah.
They're
just fun. Apparently, there's like wild ferrets.
Yeah. So how do they live?
Them guinea pigs.
Just see a hawk.
Guinea pigs, gerbils, hedgehogs, ferrets. How do any of these creatures live in the wild?
In the ground.
Maybe.
Like meerkats, they hide.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Know.
I couldn't imagine seeing a guinea pig just running around in the wild.
Everyone I know who had a hamster, the hamster offed itself.
Oh my god, hamsters just die.
No, but they didn't like drop. Like the hamster
killed itself.
Offed itself. Yeah, it like climbed to the top and like
leapt.
Yeah, like every single one. I know like at least 3 stories of not where the hamster like, oh, he like had old age, or oh, he had a cancerous tumor or whatever. It just like fuck this. Goodbye.
Yeah, hamsters are crazy.
Which is weird.
You can like move. You can like look at them too fast and they just die.
Yeah.
Hamsters just fucking die.
I feel so bad.
It's a miracle that they still exist in the world.
I would never get a rodent for my kids as like a learning experience because things like that can happen and I don't know how to with that. That's too rough for kids. Not too rough for kids, but like unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not teaching them about death when you've had them for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Cats and dogs like teach kids about grief, you know?
Yeah, let the dog break their heart.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah.
But this is depressing and I don't want to talk about it. But I do
Yes.
want to talk about something we were talking about earlier with good-looking men. Smut.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Joe doesn't read Smut because he's a
No,
big baby.
I'm not a
and he's
woman.
Scared, and he's scared.
Women,
of
I hate to
book
just,
talk.
I hate to generalize women, but I'm a man, so I'm gonna do it.
A white man.
Yeah,
No.
a white man. Women get some sort of sick thrill. You know why? You're all a bunch of fucking horny motherfuckers.
Sick thrill.
You get a sick thrill out of reading about sex.
You watch porn.
I don't actively and regularly.
Random people.
I don't sit at work
But like, okay,
and
I'm
just be
gonna
like,
make a
I'm
general.
gonna watch like a TikTok. I'm just gonna watch somebody get fucking railed right now.
Oh my god! Wait, time out. That's relevant.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second.
Wait, no, but go now.
Oh, okay.
Talk now.
So
I'll get back to Smut. I can talk
if
about
you
Smut all
if you
day.
don't already know, Shannon Sharp used to be a tight end, I think, for the talk about a tight end. Used to be a tight end for the Denver Broncos, and he recently went live on Instagram accidentally while he was fucking the shit out of a woman. I don't know if he's married. If he is, it's probably his wife. If he is, it could have been a girlfriend too. I mean, you know, celebrities, they'll do anything.
Right.
He was fucking a woman, having fornication.
Mm-hmm.
And went live on Instagram during it.
Yeah, accidentally tossed his phone.
And so you didn't see anything, but you heard not even that so much, but a lot of moaning.
Oh my god.
She was enjoying herself.
I would be in horror.
Yeah.
I would well, I mean if it wasn't a wife or a girlfriend, a known person, she's fine. Because maybe no one knows who she is. But if it was the wife, I would be
devastated.
I wouldn't show my face at any event or any game, at least for a while.
Because now everybody knows what you sound like in bed.
Yeah. Oh,
I was
hate that.
Wild.
I hate that.
Wild. This happened like just the other day.
Yeah, that's bold.
Yeah.
That's bold. And he like confirmed it wasn't hacking.
So initially he said, I was hacked. We were investigating it. And then he said on his podcast and in an interview, I think, he's like, I'm just going to like be honest about it. Like he threw his phone on the bed, and I guess in that process, he like managed to tap something before he was tapping something.
That's insane.
And went live on Instagram, and 6.4, according to the thing I was reading, 6.4 million people saw this live.
Oh my.
And so his other phone, because man's got two phones, his other phone was blowing up while he was, you know, blowing her back out. And I guess it was people trying to like notify him and be like, dude
get off, like stop. Yeah, dog.
Yeah. And so he said, there was a quote, I don't know if I have the article up anymore, but there was a quote that he said that was basically like, I don't have it up anymore. People heard me being a happy, healthy male. And I was like, hey, go off, dude. Like, everybody does it, right? Everybody has sex.
Yeah, it's valid. And it's good that it wasn't on scene, like camera. Like, if it was like this, then it would have been.
Imagine. Yeah. Yeah. And so,
bad.
It's not the greatest look. Like, you shouldn't put that on Instagram because Instagram has rules and regulations that you have to follow.
Yeah.
But also, like, again, you didn't see anything. You just heard it. And, you know, again, everybody has sex.
Yeah.
Good for him and good for her. Bad for both of them, but good for them.
That's so embarrassing, though.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would
can't
never see the light of day again.
I would delete Instagram.
I would never go outside of my house. I'd be a hermit after that.
Yeah, because like even like my friends, like it's not even just like the general public, but like
the general public would bother me less.
Like my best friend to know a single moan sound is like
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No shot. I'm like so icked out thinking about that.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I would be less bothered if the general public heard me having sex than if my friends heard me having sex.
Or like family, like my siblings
follow
me or whatever. Like Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, no, not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Nope.
Has anything else come out of that? Has he said anything
I
about it?
I don't think so. I think it's
Did it
he
just brush it under the rug and move on?
I mean, like, what can you do really? Like, they're like the world reacts. You say, "Hey, this happened. Sorry, I accidentally went live on my phone."
Sorry, you heard a great night.
Yeah, sorry, you heard me having the time of my life. Yeah.
I'm curious if he's married. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look that up.
He's not a quiet person. She definitely isn't quiet.
Did you listen?
I had to find out for research purposes.
Oh no!
So after it happened, I was because this happened like God, I think it was like the same day that I got back from my trip to Acadia.
Mhm.
And so I got home and like hopped on video games to play with my friend,
Sure.
and he was telling me about it, and then he played the audio, and I was like, Jesus Christ, she's loud.
That's
And then for
insane.
today when I was searching it, I was like, I gotta see like one, how long was the video? Like what do
How long
you
got
hear
recorded?
exactly?
Yeah.
And so on TikTok, you can find like just like quick snippets of it, and then it's like an edit of like him during his football
Yeah.
years, and just like one of those like fan edits.
God, that's
And so
crazy.
you hear him. He's like not a grunter, but a grunter.
Yeah,
He's a heavy breather.
sure.
And I was like, all right, dude. Like,
I hate that.
yeah,
I hate
it made
that.
me uncomfortable. But back to the smut.
Yeah.
The-
Best thing ever.
Reading about sex.
Mhm.
Like, and not just like any old sex. It's like fairies having sex.
I mean,
mythical
some
creatures.
smut is, yeah.
Yeah, there is, I guess, normal
There is
person.
regular.
But it just makes me uncomfortable. Reading about it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, like with the fairies, it's like all about wingspan.
Oh.
Like, they get mad when girls talk about like his wingspans. Now listen. I think that's not
I just don't
that
see
bad.
I don't see the joy of it. Like, what does it do for you?
It's just like watching a movie that has sex scenes in it. It doesn't do anything.
But then why?
The whole book isn't back to back. I mean, some are, but like, there's still a plot and there's still things happening. So it's very similar.
But the thing is, like,
to like
there's
any old
there's
romance.
a portion of the population out there. There's a population of women
Mm.
who that's all they read.
Yes.
They're like addicted to it.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying, like, what is it? What's the point?
What's the kick?
Yeah, what does it do?
'Cause
What is
it's
reading
just
about
good.
two fictional characters
It's good.
getting it on?
It's good. And
How
the
is it good?
descriptions are good.
The
Because
people, the authors, right? The authors of these
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
they have
probably not.
what?
I doubt they. What were you gonna say?
Oh, what do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say like they have like skills in bed or whatever. Or,
Oh
like,
no,
they know what they're doing.
no,
Oh,
I'm saying they are sexually deprived,
yeah, probably.
and they need to probably get laid.
Probably. But like it's also like again, it's just like watching any like okay, 50 Shades of Grey turned into a movie and people watch it and stuff.
Fair,
But people
that was
didn't-
cover to cover. Yeah,
Yeah, but people didn't go see like that movie just for the sex, but like that's the plot is like it's a very like sex heavy
dramatic. Yeah,
movie based on that, like, does that make any sense? I don't know.
I think people went to go see that for the sex.
Well, yeah, but like they're not like watching porn.
I think that could qualify.
No.
I'm pretty sure 50 Shades of Grey qualifies as porn.
I mean, it is, but like that's not why they see it.
Yeah,
though.
you're right.
They're in a public.
Like, you don't watch
theater.
porn for the story,
Right.
but you do watch 50 Shades of Grey for the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the same thing with the books. The books aren't cover to cover just anything happening. It's
Yeah.
a plot and it's romance building and the scenes are just really hot and great and it's weird.
So you said next week you want to
I'm gonna bring
Bring
you.
in a
I'm
book
gonna bring
and make me-
I'm actually gonna bring a few. I've
a
got
few.
a fuck ton of books. I'm gonna bring a few.
Well,
Tab some certain lines.
I didn't
And
peg you
you've
as
never
a smut enjoyer. What?
We're in the smut world now.
Oh god.
No, because I like romance books too, and I actually hate rom-coms and I hate romance movies. I don't like them at all.
Okay.
I haven't even seen any, like all the 50 Shades of Grey movies. I don't care about
I think
them.
I have.
You need to read some smut.
No. Because there's a difference between watching it and reading
and that's
it.
why I really want you to read it out loud. Loud and proud. It's really hard to read out loud. There's some weird, and I've read some weird fucking books. I didn't even realize what I was getting myself into. But I just bought, like, one of them was like a Peter Pan thing. But they're all older. They're older. They're older. They're in their 30s. But it was like bad. It was like all the lost boys in one girl.
A gangbang? Jesus Christ.
I would never recommend this book to anyone because it is very difficult to read, but I'm gonna bring it next week for you to read.
Oh my God. I got, just to like put it into perspective of like how uncomfortable reading that shit makes me. You ever read Anne Frank's diary?
Oh my God.
There's a moment, which, by the way, those of you who don't know, Anne Frank, Jewish, was her and family killed during.
I think people know who.
Just
Anne
making sure.
Frank is. Please enlighten us.
Jewish
as we transition
girl
from Smut to Anne Frank.
Well, I'll get to. There's a connection.
I know exactly what part of the diary you're talking about.
Yeah, because it stood out in your mind, didn't it?
Because every little boy was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So.
God.
Jewish girl, young girl, her and family were killed during the Holocaust. I was like, what is that time of our history called?
Such a terrible
But
fiction.
so her diary, while they were hiding out, was published and published by her father, wasn't it? He survived.
I don't know exactly who published it.
Yes, published somehow. But in the diary, there's a moment where she writes about one of the boys that was also in the
Attic.
Sure. Wherever they were hiding. And she was attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like, I don't know that anything ever happened. I think it was more like her thoughts about
No, because
him.
she was just a growing, young woman, and like starting to feel things and starting to change and stuff, and just like writing about it.
Just in her diary,
and
literally. Anne Frank's
her
diary.
Personal time
That her father then published, which is like, hey, Dad, maybe don't
Maybe
don't publish your daughter's
my
diary.
Coming of age story when I started feeling things.
Yeah, and so there's like a moment in that book where she's talking about a young boy that she is finding attractive, and again, she's growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading because I had to for school.
Yeah.
And I was extremely uncomfortable.
See, it did not phase most of.
I did not like it at all, and I was young when I was reading that book.
Yeah, that's true. We're pretty young when we first read that.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I don't know how, like, again, mostly girls are reading these books and stuff. I don't know how people listen to it, like audiobook it. I know a lot of my friends who audiobook some of these books, and I'm like, yo, you're just sitting there like walking treadmill or doing like Stairmaster or just driving.
Or you're
to
like
work.
on the bus. Yeah.
And it's like also like they have like the people either just like read it like monotone, like once upon a time there was this, whatever.
Yeah.
Or they'll have the people who like actually like
they get
change
into character,
a sultry voice, or like have like there's a like fucking, I don't know, like a dragon guy and he has like a growl and you're like, I can't listen to it. Reading it's fine because you're just
reading it's better than listening to it.
Yeah, but reading it, okay, so it's better than like watching it.
No.
Because you're reading it and it's whatever's happening in your mind.
Yeah, because you imagine yourself in that scene, you sicko.
I don't always do that. No.
But you do sometimes.
But yeah,
and that's what I think
hot.
bothers me so much is you're like, ugh, it's not icky.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's gross.
Reading it out loud is tough, and that's why I'm definitely going to bring an excerpt.
But how people just listen to it, like you're just sitting in the break room, AirPods in, and you're just listening to.
Do you know the number of times
a woman describe herself getting railed by a dragon?
Correct. Do you know the number of times that I've had to slam a book shut in the break room and stop reading because a chapter started like ramping up, and that break room has no space, and I was like, nope, I can't read.
Do you think people are going to see what you're reading?
Yes, everyone is snoopy as fuck at work.
They're not looking at the pages.
People are snoopy as fuck.
Fair.
And so I can see it coming. I can just see like all the books they ramp up.
Yeah,
the
the
same
steam
way.
is literally rising out of the page.
Yeah, it should be like, oh, he's like in the doorway. I'm like, nope. I know where this is going. She's like, my breath quickened. Nope. Done. Because I know exactly what's going to happen the next page. Or I'll even like flip it one page and see a certain word. And I'm like, I'm going to read this later. Like, I can't read this at work in the middle of the day.
That word being penetration.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do
crazy.
they choose any other word, please? Just that word makes me uncomfortable.
Thrust.
Thrust is fine.
Yeah, that's more common than penetration. I rarely read penetration. That's
Stop saying it for the love of God.
I'm going to say like 5 more times. Penetration.
Thrust isn't as bad.
Yeah, thrust is more common.
Yeah.
I would say from my research, because I read a lot. Yeah. I'm very scholarly.
There's common like thrust, forced.
Yeah, but that's a little aggressive.
It is, but it's happened. Pushed is the best one.
Pushed. I think thrust is the best. Thrust is great.
Thrust is the best sexually.
Yeah.
Push is the best for me.
For men, be like, yeah. I'm trying to think of any other words. This is funny.
Because I'm not saying that there aren't books that I've read. Or I'm not saying that there are books that I've read that haven't had it in there.
Right.
There absolutely are. Like I read young adult books.
Sure.
And every young adult book has it in there.
Yeah.
Not every, but there are several.
But I mean, like,
but like not I'm number 4. I'm number 4 might have had it in.
The later Divergent books. I mean,
that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
There's a Divergent.
Elysian and yeah,
absolutely has it in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of these books, like the Fairy Smut is like maybe like 3 scenes, and the book is like 500, 800 pages.
Yeah, but the scenes are so
beautifully
visual.
written.
Yeah, they're
very
visceral.
graphic, and they last multiple pages because they go
all
night long.
They write the book around that scene. Yes.
Like there's
they just can't. They're writing this book and they're like, I can't wait to get to the part where he just absolutely fucks the shit out of her.
Yeah, but you got to build it up. The tension, enemies to lovers, or like forced. Oh my God, there's so many bad.
I'm honestly like genuinely.
There was one I read about.
You know the Shadowhunters series?
Yeah.
I'm afraid to pick those books back up. I read the first book, and in the first book, there's quite a bit of sexual tension in that first book.
It gets dirty.
Yeah, not super. I think all they do is kiss, but then they find out that they're related.
They wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one book I read.
Siblings, not just related, siblings.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and so I'm afraid to continue because it is very like there's a lot of like mythical creatures like vampires and werewolves and fairies and all that shit. So like I know what road that's heading down.
Yeah.
The Shadowhunter books series.
Yeah.
And so I'm afraid I have them all, but I'm afraid to get back into them because I think it's going down that road.
Not that bad. I've read some weird fucking books.
Comfortable.
There was one book, the quick adjacent. One book I read, she hooked up with her uncle-in-law and her 2 cousins-in-law, and then ended up with one of the cousins. She hooked up with all of them throughout the book, and then ended up with one of the cousins.
Was the book like My Alabama Life?
No, because they were in law, which is so fucked up. Yeah, that was a weird one. I did not like that one. I had to finish it just because it like wasn't weird till halfway, and then I was like, I gotta, gotta
plow through.
I'm committed. Gotta finish.
Always gotta finish.
But then this other one I read, didn't read. It was like in middle school, and I found this book by one of my
middle school.
Yeah, this is a long time coming.
Okay.
But this is actually the entire clip is just us doing innuendos about this topic.
Yeah.
No. I didn't know what it was. It was by my favorite author who wrote something that had maybe like one. It was like a young adult where there's just one scene, 2 scenes of high schoolers, whatever. And so I was like, oh, she wrote these. I loved them. They were great plots. So I'm going to try this book. And I was doing it as an audiobook on my drive to Maine, actually, with my friend. Her mom was driving or whatever. And I fell asleep. And I woke up to a scene. And I had no clue what the fuck was happening because I went to bed and everything was still normal because in the beginning, they got to set up the story.
Of course.
And the
world
story
building,
was basically like, oh God, I'm going to try and explain this as easy as possible for the podcast. You've seen Survivor?
I have.
It was Survivor, but with mythical creatures. Okay. And they like didn't choose to do this. They like there's gods, and the gods plucked 2 of each species. And
some Noah's Ark shit.
Yeah, they plucked 2 of each species, put them on an island, and they're forcing them for the god's own enjoyment.
Actually, sounds pretty
to
good.
game. I thought it was such a cool concept because I love Survivor.
Yeah.
And I love.
What's the book called?
I'm not gonna. I don't remember actually. I'll look it up and let you know.
Okay.
But I fell asleep and I woke up to some like dragons fucking and vampires banging fairies and shit like that because there's all these different species and they get split into the two tribes and each species gets split. You know, so they have to make
so there's
alliances
like 2 teams
and deal with it. And like, do they stick with their like vampire? Do they like stay communicating with their fellow vampire? Do they fit off? Because at the end, there's only one winner. So it was like a crazy fucking book.
Yeah.
And I just fell asleep.
Speaking of vampires, Twilight, the Breaking Dawn. That's where
there's another one that's
made me uncomfortable. I don't think it made me as uncomfortable in that because like there were, 3 books prior to Breaking Dawn. Of like that was all the buildup.
Yeah.
And so like for me it was like, oh, there's 4 books and it's not as bad because it's the 4th book that we're finally getting like a crazy sex scene on their honeymoon. And it's like, and now it's like their honeymoon, right? Like it makes sense.
Right, like that should happen.
It's not just he strolled down the hallway shirtless.
Yeah.
And stopped in my doorway while I was sitting there in just my bra.
Yeah,
like,
it happens.
No, it fucking doesn't happen.
It happens.
No.
It's thrown across the kitchen table.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. People that think that happens
fly into the air.
People that think that happens in real life watch too much porn, read too much smut, and have way too many fantasies sexually.
You mean to tell me that guys don't have 9-foot wingspans and they fly you into the air and fuck you above the city? That's crazy because I thought that was real.
That's so fun. Yeah, you got to get like arrested for that.
No, that's
public indecency.
He's the high lord of the kingdom, so he can do whatever he wants. And she's the high lady.
Ew.
Yeah, crazy. I cannot wait for next week's podcast. You're gonna love the books that I have. Cool. I will admit, again, I just described 3 crazy fucking ones. I've gotten down bad paths because I read the description. Although the back of the book doesn't say all they do is fuck. The back of the book says, oh, she gets kidnapped and has to figure out her way out. That's different. But like the one about the like Survivor game, like all the mythical creatures get plucked and now it's there. They have to fight against all odds and like challenge each other in challenges. I was like, dope. As a fucking middle schooler with Hunger Games, everything being Hunger Games, I was like, it's Hunger Games Survivor mixed with fantasy.
Yeah, see, Hunger Games has none of that. No smut in Hunger Games.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
Nope.
She literally has a kid in the end.
They don't tell us about it, though.
I don't remember. I never finished the 3rd book.
It's fantastic. She just has a kid.
I just assumed that they
just flash forward.
That's lame.
No, the only thing between them is a kiss shared in the 1st book, the 2nd book, and maybe the 3rd book.
She kisses Gale, right?
She kisses Peeta and Gale repeatedly.
Love. See?
Until Peeta kills her sister, or until Gale kills her sister.
I was like, whoa. That's not how I remembered it.
But that's all she does is she kisses him because that's all that needs to be explained and shown.
That story, yes.
Any story.
But if it's a story about romance, that story's not about romance. That doesn't move the story along. That story's not about romance, though.
Sure.
So they don't need to have them fucking every second if it's not about romance. This book is about romance.
But it doesn't need that to tell me the romantic side of things.
Oh, he got me flowers. I'm so happy.
I don't need that either. Like,
he made me breakfast.
Build it
up.
I'm
so happy.
Build it up and then let me assume what happened. Don't write it out for me.
You don't want word for word exactly the angles.
Angles? What is wrong with you?
Against the wall.
Oh my God.
You got the descriptions are just.
The way that your face changes when you're talking about it makes me so uncomfortable right now. It's like wild, like to see the passion in your eyes talking about this.
Because it's literally all I fucking read. That's not true. I do read other books.
Thank God.
I really like psychological
I was going to check you into therapy right now if that's all you read.
I read other books. I've been really into psychological thrillers right now.
Well,
with like a lot of suspense and stuff.
Suspense is fun because it's like that same thing.
But then there's some smut in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's like one sex scene.
That's okay then.
It's an adult novel
Depending
of a
on how it
romance
is.
where the guy murders her and now whatever, things like that. Like that's the kind of stuff that
and
I
then
also
has sex with her? Or
no,
what are you
no,
reading?
no, 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 no. But I don't want to spoil some of them. But like, just books where like, she finds out about his past, or like now he's acting weird, or now she gets kidnapped after dating, and like the romance builds up, and it's great. And then
It's like
he
you.
locks her in the room. Yes, just like you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's a good show.
I've seen a few episodes. It is pretty
Love.
good.
One of the girls is named Love.
Yep. But this like psychological thrillers or like mystery novels, like they have that suspense. They have that build, which is that's good. Like the tension, the drama, the build. Give me the release in a different way.
Yes, I was waiting for you to say the release.
Give me it in a different way.
Why not a collision of fun and?
Because I don't need a collision of skin. I just don't need to read about it.
Like,
because I mean, honestly, even in a movie, it makes me. I'm pointing this because there's a TV behind this. Even in a movie, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes everybody uncomfortable watching it in a movie. Because we've all had that moment where we're sitting there watching a movie when we're 10 years old with our parents.
You're insecure.
And there's this. I'm not insecure at all. I'm actually very secure.
I don't mind watching it.
By yourself or with people?
With people.
If you're in a group of people, it doesn't make you even the slightest bit uncomfortable?
No.
You're not normal.
The only person would be my mother and dad.
But that's my point. Is right. That's where it starts. Everybody has a childhood memory of them like watching. It doesn't have to be childhood. Hell, if I was 28 years old and I go and watch a movie with my parents and there's a sex scene in it, I'm like,
yeah.
How about them bills? That's cool. How about the weather?
My mom wanted to watch a rom-com the other day that I knew had some like spicy scenes in it, and I told her no. And she goes, "Why not?" She's like, "We know." And I was like, "That's worse.
That's so much worse.
No,
Absolutely not.
Watching it with
no,
you.
100% no.
I don't care.
Literally.
But I am
burn the movie.
Like I'm mature. I don't care.
If I'm watching it alone,
my friends and I
could be watching it with friends. Yeah. I think it really is my parents, or like depending on the
even
friends.
At the movie theater.
Movie theater is different because
they're making the fairy one that I've been talking about into a show.
Fuck that.
They're making it into a show, by the way.
Shows are even worse. Shows are worse than movies. Because the way a show films it, the way a show like brings it to life, because they have more time, they just dive more into it. And I'm like, I don't need. Movies are like, okay, we have 2 hours. We're going to show this for 5 minutes. Shows are like, hey, we got 22 episodes. One episode.
Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, one whole episode is going to be me plowing this person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so the next 45 minutes, I'm just going to watch a man's ass. And I don't like that.
Yeah. Moves along the plot. You have to.
The authors of these books are sexually frustrated women who have way too vivid imaginations.
Men suck.
Because men write books with substance.
No. Men suck at what they do, so we have to escape otherwise.
I actually think... okay, that's... No.
Yeah.
Maybe some.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm trying to actually think, like, I think most books I've read are written by female authors. I think
a lot of those young adult books are.
Yeah.
Like Suzanne Collins can't bring up Collins. I don't know really that many author names.
Well, Divergent is a woman. I can't remember who.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yeah. A woman we don't like to talk about all that much, but
she's got her.
Yeah, and I think Harry Potter's prime example, right? Harry Potter is a series that deals with mythological creatures and beings and doesn't include.
They barely touch on romance, though. Like, but the books do better than the movies.
Fair.
But like Harry and Ginny, just Harry in the movies.
Yeah.
They don't touch on they actually have a very significant ramp up in the books.
Yeah. But they don't go into the detail.
Ron and Hermione are different, for sure. That's more relevant. But like, I don't know.
You can have all of that stuff without having the and then and this and this and this and detail and detail and detail.
Young. They go to Hogwarts when what? They're 11.
Yeah.
Is their first year? So, how many years do you go to Hogwarts? 5,
I don't
6
know.
years, 7
Harry
years.
just stopped going to fight Voldemort. School, fucking high school dropout.
I don't know how old, and everyone's Harry Potter gonna hate me. I don't know how old he was in the last movie. How old Harry is supposed to be.
I think he was.
He's
17.
Yeah.
17 or 18.
So I'm not expecting him to be plowing through chicks at that age. These books about 30-year-old, actually like 1,000-year-old.
Yeah, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Vampires.
Yeah.
Edward, whatever. Bella was really young.
But they're stuck at the age of what? 18?
Yeah, they are young.
Exactly.
But again, they only show it in the third, fourth, whatever. Versus these other books, when you're dealing with very adult people, that's what, it works. It moves along the romance.
I don't like romance books.
I do.
Because there's no storyline. I mean, like,
Some
there is.
do.
There
Some
is a
do.
And
I agree. Some are like every chapter back to back to back is just, they're just hooking up.
I think
But
what I mean
others-
is, like, the books that I read, right? Like, there's a thing they have to do. There's a goal.
Yeah.
And there's conflict, and there's antagonists.
The kingdom is under control by an evil witch. I don't know what you're talking about. They have to fuck to solve the problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's
No,
like,
they
you
have to
wouldn't
marry
really-
because she's the chosen one.
Ugh.
And she finds out he's not the one she's supposed to marry. There is a plot because, again, it's 800 pages.
Yeah.
It's just
The plot's just not the
known.
same as my plot.
Yeah, it's not like Jurassic Park.
I don't read Jurassic Park.
They're just different types
I
of
have
books.
Jurassic Park. I didn't read it, though.
Oh, I thought you read it. Wow. But it's just different types of books. It's like a romance versus a rom-com. There's less sex in a rom-com.
I read sci-fi.
Sci-fi. I read Smut.
Yeah, I know. It's just...
That is science fiction in it.
Yeah, but it's fantasy, not science fiction.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
Which
some
I've read
can.
fantasy books.
Some can be
Some
science fiction.
can.
Yeah.
But it's like the books that I read, they don't need the sex to move the story along.
No, for sure.
I won't say all, some of the books that have smut in them or are just straight up smut need that to move the story along.
All right, so what's wrong with that?
That's what's wrong with it. That is the problem.
Why is that a problem?
Because you shouldn't have to need sex in a book to move the story along.
Way more of an aggressive discussion than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought we were just gonna be like, "Ee."
It just makes me uncomfortable is what I'm trying to get down to.
That's
And I don't think you
crazy.
need it to move the story along. I think you can have a build-up.
Yeah, and
If
some
you
of them
want
do.
that still,
Mhm.
you can have that build-up without
But those are
needing...
still considered smutty books
Sure, yeah.
because there's still a lot of flirting, a lot of teasing.
Yeah, well, give me like PG-13 smut,
Yeah.
not rated fucking X smut.
A kiss is enough. That's a little,
That's all I
That's
need.
a little close.
I'm fine with
Don't
a
hold
kiss.
hands.
You want to make out a little bit? That's
Whoa.
fine with me too.
Whoa.
Yeah. But I don't need the clothes
crazy.
ripped off, thrown across the room, and get the fucking wings out of here. Get
Just
wings, get dragons, get
deform
get all that shit out of here. That's all I have. Sorry, I got a little angry.
Get off your soapbox.
I got a
I'll
little
get
angry.
offline.
We debated a bit.
We'll read.
Podcast has
visit.
gone off the
We'll
rails.
revisit next time.
I
when
will
bring those books.
read. I won't read the book, but I will read
No,
the
you'll
lines.
Read a line. I'll pick out a few lines from
Yeah.
it that you need to read.
Yeah. Chapter 18, paragraph 7, line.
I'm specifically
4.
thinking of chapter 15 or 17 of the second book of that fairy world. It's like a famous chapter for what happens in it. And I'm going to bring probably maybe the Lost Boys one. Just, I'm not for you to read on the podcast because law, but
Yeah, we'll
you
get
can
fucking
you can
taken
just
down.
See it. You can see it, and then maybe a few others. I got a few.
Jesus Christ. Let's check my notes. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think let's just after this whole argument debacle,
I'm gonna go home and read some Smut. Yeah,
Ugh.
let's run trivia.
let's please
A little cool down period.
pick a number.
13 for the Friday the 13th tab.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Who was the U.S. Green Party's first presidential candidate?
No
Al
clue.
Gore.
Skip.
Ralph Nader. Nader.
Nader.
That's such a good last name. Ralph Nader.
President Nader.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. What doll was patented by John Barton Gorelli in 1915? What doll was patented by John Barton Gorelli? 19.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Such a long time ago. Doll.
I genuinely don't know.
1915. That's ages ago.
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
think
think.
I think I know what it is.
You think you know what it is?
Yeah. I'm locked in.
Give me a sec. Oh shit.
Since we have the same answer here. You want to go first?
Raggedy Ann.
That's what I said too.
Not it.
Raggedy Ann. Let's go.
Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Raggedy Ann. I will say I spelled Ann's name wrong. I said Raggedy Ann with an E.
I spelled it Ragitan.
Ragitan?
Ragitan. I just quickly wrote it out. I was like, I know what I'm talking about.
So that's both of us 2 points, which puts me at 6 and you at 4.
And then we got.
This is week 4, so 2 more.
Oh, easy. Plenty comeback time.
Plenty. Lauren, where can the people find you?
People can find me. Lou.
Reading Smut in the Park.
You know it. I also brought it to the park.
Ugh.
Anyways, people can find me at lou.mcdonald. That is LUU. 2 U's.
W.
McDonald. My Instagram, and that's it.
Eat of the week.
Oh, my eat of the week. Ah, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me scan through my head. Where was I last week?
I don't know.
I had something different. What was it? I made buttered noodles the other day and it hit.
Butter noodles.
Actually, yesterday and today, and that was really good. Because I haven't made it in a while. So you know when you just like, wow, a food you haven't made in a while.
Yeah,
and it just
slaps.
This actually does hit.
Yeah.
I would have that.
Nice.
Thanks.
You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography, my regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky, and my eat of the week is Riley and I got checkers the other night. And I got not chicken nuggets. They were like popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Popcorn chicken and French fries. Honestly, just Checkers French fries. The best.
I think you talked about that when we did our potato ranking.
Yeah, I think
we
I
were
did.
Like specifically
Checkers. Yeah,
fries.
They're so good. Their seasoning is on another level.
Wild.
It's the best.
Wild.
As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast. And on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast to see our clips. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk at you next week. Bye, everybody.
Ah!